Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Post-2030, the government endeavours to have a baseload or firm electrical generation mix that will look very different than it does today. And for the record, I'm fully aware of the federal coal phase-out regulations and what they mean for Alberta. However, the increased scope of the rapid early phase-out scheme is causing great concern. Investors crucial to cleaner electricity generation are stepping away from this government's new policies. Minister of Energy, what specific measures have you taken to ensure that Albertans won't be short on firm and dispatchable electricity if your policies continue to scare investors away?
Minister of Energy.
Thank you for that question. Certainly, we are working with the ISO and consulting with industry experts to recommend a program that will bring on more renewable generation based on two principles: keeping costs reasonable and making sure we protect the reliability of the system. And we are going to have a fully phased, reasonable, solid, prudent plan.
First supplementary.
Given that in 2015 the Department of Energy called for 6,000 megawatts of additional generation over the coming years, the system is now going to need an additional 2,300 megawatts above the original 6,000 because of the NDP's early coal phase-out. With natural gas investors stepping away and the early phase-out of coal generators, Minister, can you assure Albertans that we will not face brownouts, stopping them from accessing reliable electricity for their homes and businesses?
Good question. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the question. That is why we're working with the ISO to consult with industry experts and developing a plan so we will have reliability, we will have reasonable costs, and we will still have a mix of natural gas and renewables as we move forward.
Honourable Member, be cautious about the use of preambles in the supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that NDP strategy leaves a gap in electricity generation for Albertans, and given that you've been suggesting an electricity for pipelines deal with British Columbia, Minister, are you about to tell Albertans that you're not only killing the coal industry and the livelihoods that go with them, but are you about to tell natural gas generators that there's no place for them either, leaving Alberta short of electricity, jobs, and royalties for future generations?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you for the question. We consult with our provincial partners on a number of matters, and the consultation with electricity for pipelines is one in a what-if stage. But as I've made clear before, we won't need extra electricity if we don't get a pipeline.